This program is sponsored by Imagine Theaters, Able Ideas, Comic City, and Echo Network.
Welcome to Comics, Beer, and Sci-Fi. I'm Jill.
And I'm Nick.
We've got a really special present for you guys this holiday. 4 bonus, all-new episodes of footage you haven't seen from this past summer.
And also, we are in mourning, of course, over the loss of Stan Lee, but we are going to celebrate his incredible life. Let's take a look at one of his final Comic-Con appearances at last year's LA Comic-Con.
Why am I here? Damn right. I had a guy try this years ago. He put something on me that stopped me from seeing. When I finally took it off, he had stolen my wallet. What happened there?
Mr. Stan Lee. All right, so don't get it twisted. You know what I'm saying? That's right. All of the comic books, y'all know who he is. That's right.
I'm just fascinated. This is his weekday watch. You should see the one he wears on weekends.
I love you, man.
That's me. Look who I'm with, will ya?
Here it is.
I made it just big time. We're not done yet. I'm done. Maybe you're not done. I'm not done. I'm leaving. And remember me when I'm just a little vague memory. Yeah, he encouraged us. Whatever his name is, I forget, but he was a good guy.
Hey, this is Mark at the London Comic Con. I'm here with Ted Raimi. You may know him from Ash vs. Evil Dead and Xena Warrior Princess. Yeah. You played Ricky, the little henchman to Robert Durant that was played by Larry Drake. What was it like working with Drake?
Oh, it was great. Larry was a fine actor. He was a theater-trained guy. You know, he loved the nuances of acting. He loved everything about it. Larry showed me a lot of the basics of what you're supposed to do as an actor on set. This is what you want to be doing at home with your lines. This is what you want to be doing on set during the day. This is the methodology you might want to practice. So I'm very grateful to him. He's gone now.
And then you got to work on the Tom Clancy movies with Harrison Ford. What was that like working with Ford?
Working with Harrison Ford was worth, for those 5 days I worked with him, was worth the 1 full year I spent at New York University.
So then you got to work on Xena Warrior Princess. What was that like?
Xena was great. It was 6 years of mostly a wild, wacky, good, fun time. And I had terrific partners to work with. Lucy Lawless and Renee O'Connor are fine acting partners, and both are very funny and excellent actors. I just got lucky, you know.
So what's it like working with Bruce? Is he as cool as everyone thinks he is?
Yeah, he is. He's a pretty cool guy. Bruce, you know, is nearly as rubber-faced as I am, you know, on camera.
Watching you interact with the fans, you seem like you're having a really good time. You obviously do a lot of these shows. What do you like the most about these things?
Getting paid. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Actors don't start out wanting to become cult actors. You always want to start out wanting to become a legitimate star or well-respected actor, you know? So it's a dream come true coming here, you know?
And good luck on your future endeavors.
Hey, it's the Bradcast, and I stopped Oswald Cobblepot to ask him how he liked the San Diego Comic-Con. Found an X-Man. Now, I always say your name wrong.
It's Negasonic Teenage Warhead.
We have with us, folks, Lilu from The Fifth Element. How are you doing, Lilu?
Lovely, and yourself?
Dueling Laura Crofts, everyone. This is a blast from the past. This is 1970s version Power Man, folks. This is the original Luke Cage. How are you folks doing?
We're dead.
We're ready to eat.
Oh my gosh, it's so much fun. There's so many people.
Forkman of the Super Silver Universe. How are you doing there, Forkman?
Pretty good. We're just a little parched. We're looking for somewhere to
to get something to drink.
I have to ask you, do you use other utensils?
Yeah, I got a spoon I like to kind of spoon with every once in a while.
I found Ash and Pikachu. Guys, how are you doing?
Great. Good.
Is this your first Comic-Con?
It is my first Comic-Con. His first. I've been about 5 years.
Is this your first Comic-Con?
Yeah, definitely.
I've never came down beforehand. So.
Actually, yeah, this is my first time. I decided to come out and see what the public was about and everything was going on, and just get away from Harlem for a little bit and stuff.
This is my 5th Comic-Con, San Diego Comic-Con.
This is my 7th.
This is your 7th San Diego Comic-Con? You have my admiration, sir.
Thank you.
When I used to come, I didn't used to dress up, but once I married my wife, she dresses me up. So this is all her. She did all this herself.
Yeah, I hot glued these on and sewed and hand stitched for days. And I didn't finish, but that's all right. Nobody has to know.
Last year, I got to be Daenerys, so it was very fun. Except I learned from that not to wear fur in the middle of summer.
Yes, ma'am.
So this year, I went a little bit more easy breezy.
It's nice and cold inside. It's really cold inside. I can't stand this heat out. You gotta love it, baby.
All right, well, we're going to take a short commercial break.
But stick around. We'll be back with more Comicspear and Sci-Fi.
The magic of movies and more isn't just our tagline. We believe in its truth. A movie theater auditorium where wonderful stories unfold is a magical place. Whether a 2-hour film, a 3-hour epic, or merely the anticipation of viewing trailers, your every viewing experience is very important to us. Imagine's a pure Michigan company, founded and operated by Michigan natives. And moviegoers like you aren't just customers, you're our guests. So when it comes to moviegoing, we know you have a choice. And on behalf of our entire team, thank you for choosing Imagine.
Welcome back to Comics, Beer, and Sci-Fi. What's up next, Nick?
Well, Jill, as you know, it's almost impossible to go to the theater nowadays without seeing some kind of a Stan Lee creation, and this Christmas is no different. We've got Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, an animated feature that's going to feature all kinds of different Spider-Man characters. Let's take a look at it and some of the other movies coming out this holiday season.
My name is Peter Parker. I'm pretty sure you know the rest. I saved the city, fell in love, then I saved the city again and again and again. Look, I'm a comic book, a cereal, I did a Christmas album, and a so-so popsicle. But this isn't about me.
You ever hear of the Super Collider? You're gonna love this.
Dimension opening now.
You're like me.
That's impossible.
Hey guys,
Who are you?
I'm Gwen Stacy. I'm from another dimension.
How many more spider people are there?
Hey, fellas.
Hello.
This could literally not get any weirder.
It can get weirder.
Other way.
Do animals talk in this dimension? Because I don't want to freak them out.
Why am I here? You're in a PG-13 version of Deadpool, filtered through the prism of childlike innocence. I'm a grown man. And nobody does childlike innocence like you, Fred. Nobody. I need you almost as much as you need me. I don't need you at all. You need me to untie you once we're done. Gotta prefer Marvel movies. We are Marvel. Yeah, but you're, Marvel licensed by Fox. It's like if the Beatles were produced by Nickelback. It's music, but it sucks. You were nicer as a kid.
Bumblebee, there is only one way to end this war. You must protect Earth and its people. Take it down!
My back, me!
This is how we stop them. You've got me. And I'm not going anywhere.
I'm no leader. I came because I have no choice. I came to save my home and the people that I love.
You think you're unworthy to lead because you're of two different worlds. But that is exactly why you are worthy.
That was awesome.
surface. And I'm bringing the wrath of the 7 seas with me.
This is the Q from Cosplayer and Sci-Fi. We're here at the London Comic-Con, not England, Canada. Right. And I'm here with Randy and Felipe, and you guys know who they are from the famous Village People. How you guys doing today?
We're good, man. We're doing great. We're really happy to be here in London. And now that we've met Quentin, Mr. Q, we feel like we're one of the cool kids.
So I came up here earlier with my copy of Can't Stop the Music on LP. It was on vinyl. Get that right. On vinyl.
Get that good scratchy sound.
Get that good scratchy sound, popping and all that. What was it like filming that movie? Because I enjoy watching it every time. So
it was more fun filming than it is watching.
Well, you do know that Bruce was in the movie with us, Caitlyn Jenner. He was a great guy, still is, but great at everything in sports, but cheats. Because I went out to play basketball with him and Ray Simpson, and he cheated points. I'm like,
Caitlyn Jenner is the best actress in the world to have everybody convinced for 60 years that she was Bruce Jenner.
So you guys got 2 new singles out. Why don't you tell us about those?
This single, Going Back to My Roots, is actually a remake of the Lamont Dozier Old Odyssey song. And I've joined Randy. The song won a Native American Music Award 2 weeks ago.
Congratulations.
For Best Song Single of the Year. And then Randy had music last year.
A song called Hard Times.
It's a Billboard Top 40. That's nothing to...
Well, what was interesting about it is it happened in October of 2017, and that was actually 40 years after the group Village People first charted.
Oh, nice.
So 40 years later...
You still got it.
There you go. That's what I'm saying.
First member, then the only member solo after Village People to chart on Billboard.
YMCA. There we go. Thank you. This is the Q from Cosplayer and Sci-Fi, having a blast at the London Comic-Con.
Hey, comic book geeks. Comic Book Casey coming at you from Comics Beer and Sci-Fi. We are at the Fan Expo in Boston. Now, I am sitting here right now with my man, David Finch. I tell you what, why don't we talk about what's your latest projects that you're working on?
I can't say. I'm doing an image comic right now, and it's a big book. It's all going to be like kind of one. Anyway, I can't talk about it, which is...
So it's top secret, is it? If you tell us, you got to kill us?
Yeah, and I'm not much of a murderer, so yeah.
Okay, well, let's start with this. What was one of your favorite projects that you've done recently?
Well, I did Batman with Tom King. This is the last project I did, and I had a blast. Tom King is a great writer, and he was just kind of blowing up right then. He was getting really popular, and now he's like a juggernaut. He's doing amazing stuff with it. Batman's doing great. Before that, I did Wonder Woman with my wife, Meredith Finch, which was great. It was a real good experience, working with my wife. We actually don't really fight that much, And I thought, okay, we're going to fight like cats and dogs doing this book, and we didn't. We actually got along really well. It was kind of a good back and forth. So
it's kind of therapy.
Maybe we worked out our issues on the book. We did 36 through 50 or so. Yeah.
I couldn't see myself doing a comic book with any woman I know in my life. That would probably be the end of that relationship, like within 5 minutes.
Yeah, no, I was afraid of that, but because she's pretty strong-willed, Awesome. But yeah, it was good.
Thank you for your time. Appreciate you talking with us, and I hope you're enjoying this Boston Comic-Con.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, guys, it's time for our next commercial break.
Stick around. There's more to come on Comics, Beer, and Sci-Fi.
Stop what you're doing and come check out how we do things here at Able Ideas Comic Book Production Company. Bet we got your attention. Now go to our YouTube channel to subscribe and follow us on social media. Stay tuned for our uncensored DVD coming soon. And for more information, follow us at ableideas.com, where your ideas come to life.
Welcome back to Comic Experience Sci-Fi. What's next, Jill?
Well, we're going to continue the tribute to Stan Lee and hear some stories from some comic pros who worked with him.
What was your experience meeting Stan Lee for the first time?
Well, I mean, he was my hero, so meeting him was very intimidating, especially since he didn't really like the story sample that I had written for them, but he was grudgingly accepted that I could write for Marvel, and the rest, as they say, is history.
David Kraft, I think, worked on that. I think so. And he got in hot water, if you don't mind a little gossip, he got in hot water with Stan when that issue came out, that special came out, because on the title page it said David Anthony Kraft presents the Beatles or whatever. And Stan brought him into the office and he said, no one presents anything here but Stan Lee presents. You don't present anything.
What was your best or most outstanding memory of Mr. Stan Lee?
I had completed the first issue of Marvel Premiere featuring Iron Fist. And I walked in, and anytime you walk into Marvel offices back then, Stan's office is the first office you have to pass. And I heard this noise coming from behind me, more like a yelling, more like a screaming. And I said, that sort of sounds like Stan Lee's voice. And what he was saying was, who did this book? And Stan was walking up to me, shaking this book real hard. And he comes up to me and he said, did you do this book? And his veins were popping out and everything, I thought I was fired for sure. And he said, did you do this book? And I said, yeah, heart was up in my throat. I could hardly speak. I said, yes. And he goes, man, this was fantastic. It reminds me of the days of me and Jack Kirby when we were doing Captain America versus Batroc. I love the sequential storytelling you did, and this is great. Enough said. Excelsior.
Hi guys, this is Samantha with Comic Experience Sci-Fi, and I'm here with Tim from Capcom.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going pretty well. It's awesome here. Tell me a little bit about Capcom actually, and with this Mega Man awesome thing behind me.
Yeah, so what we're showing off on this side of the booth is Mega Man 11. We're celebrating the 30th anniversary this year, and we thought no better way to do that than with a brand new, long-awaited entry in the Mega Man series. So it is part of the classic series, so it comes after 10, but while 10 was, a pixelated, very classic retro experience, we brought it forward with like a brand new visual style, which has, it's like these hand-illustrated backgrounds, these 3D character models in the foreground, but it has that really precise action platforming that you might remember. And so that's sort of the basics and the visuals, but then there's a little more to it. It has the classic formula of like you could do since Mega Man 1 where it's like, I want to go after this Robot Master first, and you choose which order you play, get their weapon, and use it against each other. We have that, but we also have something new called the Double Gear System, which is a new piece of equipment that he's installed with, and it allows him to use the speed gear. He can, basically move so quickly he's slowing down time around him, and which is a nice advantage. And then there's the power gear, which just powers up his Mega Buster a bit, and little edge in combat. Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much, Tim. That was awesome. I can't wait to check this game out. This has been Samantha, Comic Experience Sci-Fi. Happy gaming.
Hey everyone, it's Nick with Comic Experience Sci-Fi. We are at the Fan Expo in Boston, and I'm here with cosplayer Joanie Brosas. And okay, so are you a professional cosplayer?
I'd say so. I do this full time now. So, yeah.
How did that happen?
Oh my goodness. It started at a Star Trek convention. I went all out and I painted myself green, and then I got noticed by somebody's booth that was like, hey, do you want to model for us? And I was like, okay. And then I realized I could do it full time, so I began as a model, and then I mushed together modeling and cosplay. But when I first started out, I remember someone in one of those little Go wheelchairs zoomed up to me, and I was wearing this like tiny little loincloth thing, and he's like, are you wearing any underwear underneath that? And I was like, yes. It was the most awkward question. I didn't really know what to say. If I was like, that's kind of inappropriate, but I don't know what he meant by that.
What other characters do you portray? Obviously, you're Velma from Scooby-Doo here, and what are some of your other favorite characters to play?
My favorite is probably Vampirella because she's so classic, but I don't get to wear her often because she's a little risque.
Right.
And then Data from Star Trek. I don't wear that one often either because it freaks kids out, and dudes don't exactly like looking at dudes, so it's weird.
So how does someone contact you and say, okay, I need a Velma, or how does that all work?
So for me, I do a lot of photo sets and more modeling. I'm not the best seamstress. That's not necessarily my passion.
Okay.
I love helping people with their self-confidence, helping people do makeup and stuff. I like to change my face. That's my art. So I like to mix my love for different things, but unfortunately a lot of hot characters aren't in Star Trek sometimes, or they're very obscure and people don't get it. So you have to kind of mix your love for nerdism with your following's love for nerdism. You kind of mix the two, and then it helps you get educated on new stuff, which you turn out to absolutely love.
Thanks a lot, Joanie. We appreciate your time. All right, we're going to take another commercial break, but don't go away.
We'll be back with more Comics, Beer, and Sci-Fi.
Come on, buddy, we got work to do.
Welcome back to Comics, Beer, and Sci-Fi, everybody. You know, Stan created so many wonderful characters that fans who love cosplay just cannot resist creating costumes of those characters.
That's right, and I actually got to talk to a few of those fans at the Boston Fan Expo.
Oh, let's take a look.
I am here with Captain America, and she looks the most amazing. So why Captain America?
He's my favorite superhero, so.
This is my first time at a Comic-Con. This is my first time cosplaying Spider-Man. I love the Iron Spider. Tom Holland, I think, is like an excellent Spider-Man.
So you love the Iron Spider?
Oh, I love him. He's hot.
He must be a millennial. Where did this come from?
I just wanted something impressive, so that's why I picked it. I made it myself with just some help with the electrical work.
Wow, you made it yourself. So how long did this take? It looks pretty authentic.
I've been working since March.
I've always enjoyed his design, the color scheme, the fact that I'm a fairly, slender, lanky individual. So it's something that I can easily match.
Tell me why Daredevil.
I grew up with the character. I lost my father as well. That's my sister. She understands. And he lost his father. So I kind of resonate with the character. And I love the fact that he's blind, and he turns that blindness into an advantage by using his other senses. And I just find that ability incredible.
So do you dress up often?
Yeah, every time I get the chance, This is my first real costume I've ever owned, but...
Can I see your face under there? Funny guy. So is Gamora gonna get jealous if I'm talking to you?
Maybe. You might have a little competition there.
This guy's got jokes. So how long did it take to put your costume together?
I started about 6 months ago. Basically, I bought this woman's dress, a cape. I had to have it hemmed, which is it's riding up on me. Because they didn't wear pants, right?
Welcome to my world.
I bet, right?
Joe Johnson here at the 2018 Woodward Dream Cruise, where I'm talking with Sean Kiernan, owner of the original Bullitt Mustang. This has been an incredible ride for you since you've revealed that you've had the Mustang in your possession for, 50 years? 40?
Yeah, 50th anniversary. We've owned it for 44 years. My father bought it in 74.
Now tell me that story. How did it come into his possession?
My dad's the third owner. The first owner had it for about a year, and thank God to him because he's actually the guy who documented everything. VIN number, saved it from going anywhere else. He bought it, and that's why there's the WB sticker on the windshield. That's a parking pass. He sold the second owner. His name's Frank in New Jersey. Frank had it for about 3 years, and then put an ad in Road and Track. My dad pulled the magazine out of the mailbox. Before Mom got home from school, the car was in the driveway.
How did this car escape possession of the producers or Steve McQueen?
Obviously in '68, movie cars weren't a thing. So this did 95% of the chase, but it was also the promotional car. And then for the October release of the movie, this is what promoted the movie. Why Steve didn't buy it is probably because he beat the crap out of it. And he's like, I don't want that car. And not until later on that he seen it was still alive, that he wanted something that Max had built. And that's why he reached out to my dad in 77 trying to buy it back.
How do you say no to Steve McQueen?
That's my father. My father has no problem saying no to anybody.
Most people call it the greatest car chase ever put to film. Do you agree?
I do, because there'll never be something like that, because it was so raw and of the moment, and nobody had actually seen something like that. We're never going to restore it. We just wanted to freshen it, capture history, and then continue to preserve it. That was always the goal. My father passed away in 2014, and it was still in a million pieces everywhere. With some close friends of mine, I got inspired, put the car back together.
Thank you. This might have been the greatest Hollywood Cars segment I've ever been part of. We'll see you next time on Comics, Beer, and Sci-Fi.
This is Richie Rollins with Comics, Beer, and Sci-Fi, and I am standing here with Jamie from how do you say that?
Imaginarium.
Imaginarium, who happened to run the Michigan Comic-Con. This is the first Michigan Comic-Con. What brought you guys out here?
Well, we knew we wanted to expand, and this is our 5th show that we brought this year, and we're excited to be here in Detroit. We wanted to move comics back over here. We know that you guys have Motor City Comic-Con and things like that, but we wanted to give it our own little spin.
And how are things going here at the Michigan Comic-Con this weekend?
It's been pretty awesome. Honestly, this is a great turnout for a Sunday for us, and it's the first con, so we know that it's been a little trouble getting the word out there. And yesterday was really awesome. We had a great turnout, and honestly, I think it's a great weekend, and I think it's going to be even better next year.
Sweet. How long have you guys been putting on Comic-Cons?
Our first and original show is Tampa Bay Comic-Con, and that's been going on for 8 years, as this is our first con here, and then we also opened one in Atlanta this year, so we want to kind of make them a little bit better before we start to expand more.
What's your favorite part about your job?
About my job, I get to meet a lot of really cool people, and I get to help coordinate things with our social media, so I get to see a lot of different cosplays when I take photos, and it's really cool to see a lot of the people having fun, and that's really the biggest thing here, is to make sure that everyone has a great time.
Do you have a favorite superhero?
I do. I have 2. I'm a Batman fan, and I'm a Wonder Woman fan, so...
So obvious. So obvious of a pick right there. All right, well, thank you, Jamie. We're happy to spend time with her today. This is Richie Rollins from Comics, Beer, and Sci-Fi.
Well, that does it for this episode, but don't worry, we've got 3 more episodes chock full of brand new footage for you.
That's right, and don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter to catch anything you missed here and to see more.
We'll see you next time on Comics, Beer, and Sci-Fi.